bibifa oral operation recover all route. In some say ena ye Ghana for de. Say sika omawia sika omafa kwan boni so a omatiama won crofo omafa echi akochiche no. Ye beji sika no. Recovery no. Near etwi Ghana for adwen kakra na enyo modern say ye ji sa sika nyina wie a na ya jane pa no so onko. Enti Ghanaians want to see say sebi na nyina echi no say subo bi wo ho ana asotwe bi wo ho a de be mane pa na nka ochina bi na obi koye ne bibi oba say ye chimi a sika na omagye from nsam enra echi no asotwe me beda echi enu very important ba efe say yeti wa transporti normal every baby akoba bi na aban atua ho ka mu wie a mo asakọ fa echi aba asakọ tro fufuru aba adwuma wanye fufuru say yensan tua oka na ya tua obiom na omo ya ahwehan atua sasika ya bro beye boni a omo ya atia oman we but gradually one day at a time no ye ji bako one amudi sekane ba sa in say microphone cancer play back in same so adina ma fama jetum we the kafra eni ne munji ye ji enti enja no manon call ye enja manen ka ana say enrechi no charges ba kumi no ho ede be bono because nene me share program bi no bi say mu na mu wa ban so say no krese ma eboni a dey tin up to now munya mfami call court dey tin na munya nchimintum na de enti so bi ko fa kire a omumbo edi no Yahu say asimasi ayese and there would the sky but say the beka says out of play bargain yatimi I will recover $400 million and a 400 million Ghana cedis but one microphone no mutasa and some bonechino omo de tujua or china okokan onko ya no de say muna mu say bonino muna mu party de na moye so as a government I am happy say sasika be ye tona mu Auditor General Eddie Abetujwa, ya dear chere, ya koji sika, and this money, abetime anoma bebre. Squad dying, ensue, and I mean there are a lot of things ye appear on a minor quantity for me. A Ghana for they say, sa sika ya, or mwatia afa kwambon swatiano, ye ji, nansu ye ji sika nuya, mumma hu sankro for ye. Sa chu asuchimbi or why be mama ye for mama kaho. To deter others or china bi uko bibi o say ye chimia ye gisika no but ye gi wie so a I know asotwe be sa account because for sabre e bia disika no top bond bi anka interest be bre abaso so think I want to perceive in institutions no mo ye adwuma na because kamema me ka bia mambo no be ye na oman no be tumpon I say institutions state institutions no enye adwuma very effectively enti so mo tu anamo na omo gi then gradually no the oral operation recover all loot no nyina can loot no be that we are gradually recovering all this loot e brebe ba na abo ho konta say the beb kwakoye bibi na de ho say sika ye free we no ye de ade we anade de we na ye ahyansode no so a very important say engineer no so that ochina bi no will refer people of this country say ye buy we ni NCA Yejisika way, ahana idea too. That way, I think we will make progress as a nation.
I see. Back to Big Push. Contractor how do I bind the ama? I say binimo fell so sourcing during the MPP's time in office. You guys, I'm talking about the NDC, more criticizing, so sourcing contracts but report no chirimoa. You've done 44% of so far contract amount over there. Our minister account was the whole big push project, even if first is a way of say you the attention from the program itself to fix our routes for all these years yanam kwa bonus no. Not just a matter of fixing routes. But nema moye no see timika ho asem so far that issue no buy no mamintio
you me am that say medical chair on my penny His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and ra wabedru Ghana after wakobo juma papa you are saying now say na ye wura former president and late His Excellency Flight Lieutenant General John Rawlings, I can say, John Mahama, ayo my penny bia, or ye the caliber of the personality, na dweno, or betty me ye or my penny awo advanced countries, or both Switzerland, Canada, na de. And so with time, he's proven right. Ne Rawlings ni ho. But menim say sebi ni samai wo na humbo bon say ni o kanfa John Dramani Mahama so na say agrobia wakodi efa slave trading in nsem ekoso so that we recognize the slavery bonia atia the greatest crime against humanity wakwaba mesaloto no ono na ban any NDC na this a big push in shisha no eba mechia no wi na mechia yen honorable engineer governs Kwame Abuja or your roads and highways minister in a palm form war that sector. Big push. Me sre akam vika krafa big push ma etf one who picture ni ye. Kewachi ye wo papa bia no ye development economist. Omo wo no in 1902.
Okay.
Or 1985. Na sa papa no na omo wo no ma Jew, he also Jew to a Jewish family within Babia yefre Poland enne. Na Professor Paul Rosenstein Rodan ne dino no. In 1943 papai etro ne seminal paper otro kratabi efa industrialization in Eastern and Southeastern Europe are published in the Economic Journal. Now, no year ni say ordinary to the Eastern Europe, Southeastern Europe, or all zero in on.
Okay.
Ordinary SC or examples be a coso.
Okay.
And also okay. The paper nature say way back in 1943, as I'm making. Say or might be and a maya I from the underdeveloped. Or musika some war form or mumpuntu mumbibiara ewa form the third world and the underdeveloped countries now countries amunye first class no se opese ompaja o mine free baby owo enko enim ne sikasam ne bibiara nko ye na ahonto embra o mine dia endie ese ensesa wonko so nanti one step ese unhuri enko enim they should have a leap. And okay, say in that paper, say there should be a push, the big push. I want to do free big push, no. And the big push, no, every say at say, almost like in the development coming say, I say aeroplane, ebe two. Then I'm tamak and I'm from sa and son ebe kono or the ahondi be egg sorry. Phew, I come from mamo. There you go. That is the push that will take you from a form a kosro. So in terms of development in Suno, as I say, on my and a deliberate plan, say, ye per se 90 boko yendru. Enti as I say, ye program be say, ye the sikawe added to her. So for this period, say 4 years or say 5 years or 10 years or ye neighbor call ye infrastructure home. Massive simultaneous to say omu yewe no mu yewe na ya bie ya kwan na ya sisi port railway ne hwan so massive infrastructure development so that abra obie kwan no obie country connecting the various communities the regions opening them up and connecting and building national cohesion no na institutions no mu state nso no na o hye no kena. So within 4 years now, house a 5 year one say what paja woman from a beer to the next level. So that is the big push, a deliberate, intensive, infrastructure development. Ye no ma the way we tie da. Esa no sononko. Different approach with for a different result. After the 1943 model no develop no. Other countries I said say bio near prof kan no jansa wom ama amman bi ade kan You share the AC was South Korea after the war. Wars in the buy. Now, Korea look was poorer than most African countries. And first a big push way. And then, uko South Korea, Hyundai ni one ni Samsung no nyina appear free ho. It was within that project na bie omano. So if you go to Singapore, omusu koji big push no. Emma anka nonka mu ye omai kitua bi omoda nso na no port ho. But then now copy Singapore. Or Singapore cry on the penny.
Yeah, in
terms of time on independence.
That's true.
Because on your independence found in the Hoko Malaysia. But only Malaysia and no they were now almost person on Konomano Devi and almost at your Mua, so development a delay 3 years. So Ghana etching a Singapore penny. But with the big push they were to open up that country, I must say no quite ha utu aeroplane train road accidents so perform. So doing business the economy be biara no ewenim obi a person cause am no be no business or no it's one of the countries are sikasem economy no ma timamofo no one work no
it is Singapore the freedom.
Yes.
9th August.
Yes,
1965.
That's when, yes.
Almost separated from Malaysia.
From Malaysia,
yes.
Thank you. And almost free Malaysia, no. They adopted a big push strategy.
Okay.
And almost this is how mine.
Okay.
Almost yeah, China. That's what they look. They were on poverty. Ahunchiri. No, on here, I don't call mono, I mean, mono. And some was some baby. Almost offer the big push. Bah! Big push that must say within 3-4 years no year jumano over 700 million Chinese no more free from poverty no abasura almost anya fa hundie ana ahunto media abrea United States of America anti person who say big push is not just for the underdeveloped.
Okay.
Even powerful nations I want to move to the next stage,
yes.
They adopt this big push strategy. Until the big push model, no, and no, America free the Great Depression. So no music asema from a no. Bah. So the big push, well renowned, tested, proven, potent strategy of mine, and the pajani from a lower level to a higher level. And at the nation builder, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, I share no Okofa engineer, Honorable Agoja. Say engineer, bra.
Okay.
Sa big push idea ya am omaye or amanya as aye no. Yembra Ghana ya doctor for abinfo omo ashiro omo kwa our road accident. On daily basis, look from 31st December 2025 to 2nd January 2026, we lost 16 lives. There is no life that is more important than the other. Now so anti se ene uko krachi ukodu dambai utumi ntwa nsuo pontoon etimi say the ferry ana is okay, why don't you bridge Yafa bridge into so that we free the northern part sham na kwandem na kwandem dia the number of hours or abedan so na always say ubetimi aye a juma edin fa so be ba omaya so that you reduce the waste because uko abrochira yetua out the hourly basis o ye juma 1 hour yetua ubetimi 2 hours wa akwa bia 1 hour no because cancel no 6 hours. You see the economic value no waste sadia ene yenhwe. So apart from say be ye kwan be ye kama na amanfo lan owo no so aba from the road accidents be back from the carnage will reduce. Then we open up the country by be aduane wo betimi aba. Look menua aduane timi free bimbila ye ni area no mo dia fa kpasa omo for them anko from kpasa to nkwanta ye wo area bi ho a obetimi akago alodi bare ene kokontina de 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nini aka. It's stuck in the mud. Before mbetimi you can't go back free no. Na bare bebre apro. So how do we open up the country to the food basket to say never ko anikonaba. So to do it no, yam be akwan. Na so yan the way no mutaye na obi aba wa be declare year of roads. And so you red of roads no e ka no mo agya hwe yankoso. So yankofa big push program na road na di ba ya amai amuya serious. Omo person mo kwa anim no no mo fambra. So that is how the NDC edit 2 year manifesto 2020 repeated in 2024. So this is what we need to do differently to change the narrative, to change the story of Ghana, so that your economy ne be biara be kwanim. Ana ya hye ase. Ya wo ho a ya hu se kwan we o man panya kire se wapaya cho apologize Ghana will become a construction site.
Yeah.
Keboachi unam Ghana. Ufa ha contractor for kwan so. Ufa ha. Sometimes to me see 1 week, but the following week could be sign na assistant. They are building very good roads, opening up the country. Now sometimes nipa a omumpe papa a Ghana. Omo de aboni na bronco na omo fa mo no. Omo hu sa na omo nisu ebre omo. Die na ebe ya sa big push program ya emma on mine assistant. By the end of this year, 2026, by the end of 2027, if you are moving across this country, you will see the visible signs of the development of the massive, beautiful, good infrastructure, roads na echo. So as I say, so their target is 1, the big push program, and 2, the gold board.
I see.
Because we say these are 2 major a year, a bino, a hundred. What people want to see is very good development, good roads. You declare a year of roads. Abojan Kasabebre. His Excellency John Dramani Mahon Kasabe. But the people in the various constituencies and the community will say, PAMPASO ekoso. Far from Hoso Kwaplawa and that form. Now from Have Lot 7, Batuos Mando and that form. All over the country, we are seeing visible signs of roads. In my own constituency, Guan, Jai. OTI region from Kwanta to Pasa. Kwana Odibe say so far so I don't munyanta so no because the constructions on the road no few minutes show wadu. The road from Kwanta South to Kwanta to Dambai omudi ama. Na omuni onim. Na say na yatina no omudi brofobia ba say you can say sole sourcing.
Yeah.
Ana limited tender na yi. Neba ni say and some omo kanyina no. Now the Ministry of Roads and Highways at the Omunsem Yina at their website. Omo fa hinta.
Okay.
And tis a obedi na their tujwa. Now oko kukurua. And yes, oko ehwehwe special bia wo de aba.
I see.
But because of the eager and the diabolic, the indecent haste to demonize a very renowned, time-tested program bia ye di be ma on minor kwa enementi no. No mo for first state na boni bi. Boni be no mo aka. See a coin na yedi amano obi amba bonti ambeka say so far ejuma ekoso no yakofhwe ha no ejuma no nkoso yi and now there is a shoddy work being done. No, the minister himself is on the ground. He's an engineer. A core ground no call onto no office by 6:20 honorable is in the office back where you are core field. So let us say obi say makọ ha no ejuma no nko yi ejuma no de ekoso. Now, so you see sole sourcing, and I hear percentage 81%. Almost the abasa 81% of the big push programs out of 107, no, and then you know, sole sourced. That be a yanukre. And Ukraine no money about 2 driving about 2 and say, and yeah, 107 roads. And yeah, 54.
54 roads.
54. I don't want my out of that 54, no, my who say 7. They give us a breakdown. And then you know war. And I'm saying, we no, you're man limited tender. Just say no. Nim idea here.
Okay.
We want a certain quality.
Okay.
Yeah, standard be. A young ya wo and nim one or more sanim dear no.
Okay.
And that's a bisa sabi. Most of the Encrophone Ghana say share Ghana. No, she said one now more ya quine. Oh Ghana. Omutumi ya quine papa. On share mo bubo ba kumi ni miensa. Obe bubo first kai. Obe tibia bo kasajan. I mean I'm just mentioning ebi obi. And now we bet me about no bet to when they say take a sap na way. You say we na way. So over the period, you know, the current leadership of the Ministry of Roads and Highways. An engineer who has been close enough to the issues on the ground, a grounds master. And the president believes that this is the right man to lead the charge to the revolutionary infrastructure development in this country. Ajumapano Kosu. Now, almost all my who say 44% of a coin, 87. So even if the president says, say, as the MPP befre abino, 98% of contracts ni nyina no aye sole source. Just say young open young fan to just obiara mba be
Emra obenhu ani ama contract no.
So over the years no, now na me article be the two Facebook.
Okay.
Say the champions of Big Push from China to Huahua, the people in Crofono, there were some elements within the country. But they ignored the noise and kept building. And for so is a long-term, at the part about mine. Porter a port. Share many are the nation builder, Terminal 3. The nation builder port. The nation builder Shakwine. So apart from Dr. Nkrumah or the can buy why yeah the Tema motorway, so motorway, let's build the port city, Tema, let's do this. That vision na ebekwe ni mono. Nyamia domiye. So we are living in a time when we have visionary, forward-looking, deep-thinking, patriotic leadership. So Nitiane say, in summoning abetujwa. And so we are waiting for anyone to come and dispute and summon the road ministry abetujwa say. Near Ghana 4% yahuni say, ya makwan papa, ya makwan ya kwani ye kwani dem. Say and so ensure, say hospital. That is what we promise Ghanaians, to give them very good quality infrastructure, to open up the system and strengthen the economy of this country. And the big push in some no muda batete and say, and yang and I sabi yako saka sabi a big push. And it's a much big push no free year. And so even the United States of America, we've removed from the New Deal. Yeah. New Deal by year, it is just premised on this whole, idea of the big push. So our people have a very deep understanding of the job. And over all the countries that are successful in this big push idea, I am to the unwanted, noise. Yeah. Noise in the is just to distract your attention, to worry your focus. But I know the president is focused. I know the Honorable Agboja is focused. And I know they are delivering a fantastic package. Now who the way they are opening up. Shall we see St. Bridge? We see bridge no so. Oh, the way I'm be in so Jamai. Now for that sharp curve, you see the way they are opening up the place. So this time you can even see far. It was dangerous. I mean, you can see visible work. I see ya. You declare a year of roads, but a big push is pushing the infrastructure of this country to a certain level. And today, say, no can say big push no I 97%. I intro. It's 44%. And no so no. Now say uma contract 23. Omo can say 23 projects be a looting. Denti na edi abeka big push. Na me nua na o muni say. Abra baomia any Akufo-Addo I declare year of roads no. Na omo ne kapre. You see, Sabio, during COVID, Abra COVID yare wo. Sika yedi kai tamuno. Sika John Dramani Mahamani NDC ajayasi ho. Stabilization fund. Yeah. Ono mudri kai ko tam 200 billion nadi and almost 30 years. So ya njai bia. Enti Abra no mo opposition mo tia mo yete sika so come there. Yete sika so sa sika no yede 200 yede to ma dachi. The heritage fund nadi and omo kukruye. But in the midst of a pandemic, we had a president who didn't know where he was. On my penya waira wa Bible say, obviously 88 hospitals. But there was no allocation in the budget. And I can say, Papa, I declare Ghana beyond aid. Now Ghana beyond aid na bebre no ntiase. In the Chiramutiani say, you see aid no, aid in the Chirani say ayemwa, but support. Now sabi obi yare o de hospital. Who did not call hospital? Now doctor for Asheno. Ni hu nya ntono ba we say mo fa no coffee is beyond aid. Just have be order sabi. We ye ne hwanye ye ne mra so ba wu. Anasa obi tiapo obi wa hodin ne pom ye na wa call say doctor mo hwa me are na say that be you are beyond aid. So it's either you are healthy, you don't need help, or you are too weak. Wait, but just say who are holding, who here 8, who here adro, because you are okay. And now, say if you are beyond 8, it means you are too healthy to need any support, or you are too weak, nothing will save you. Sebi you do kosha pop botomupra owo ne dia so. And to say to me do big hospital. Now that why your man draw your man hwe so we dem fa no coffee. Amofa no coffee so is beyond 8. So it means I be do no mo biara no ha beboa. So when Akufo-Addo and Bawumia declare Ghana beyond 8, no, they were not declaring Ghana beyond 8. It's a Ghana tiapo on here more. It is a Biaodu Ghana na titiapansa. And on my mind, say to me, we were rated as junk. We were just a useless state. We were close to being a failed state. On my penya babe Ghana for say, so ya for Mesremo, who know their member Mutimo. He was afraid, he didn't trust his own government. And then President Muhammad and I'm afraid because he knows that and everything is going on. He's not worried. And after that period, he declared some embassy hospital, OTI hospitals, because they didn't plan for it. And Omoko signed 23 road contracts. 23. 23 road contracts. Then you are sole sourced. So contractors had abandoned the sites. Death traps.
But your contracting
contractors. So 23 no, you see a buy no, continuous. Governance is continuous.
That's true.
And to say a bar and the lorry acquire on one. Yes, so I mean interchange you one now you call cutting sword. You know they were that sword cutting frenzy type of people, you know. They love to cut sword. Cutting sword for House of Chiefs. Now what that down and for that call. Now Akufo-Addo about Tirigin. No about my legacy project will be the OT River and the Technical University. Then you know and gradually these things will be realized. So what am I saying? Omu 23 contracts. And in there so sort. Our man faka pre and to her. And the Omanya share biara to a bayer projects, no. And by Papa Abbas debut. Sa coin win, they are important roads to the national network. We want to move Ghana to the next level. It's a bay year. Yen for sa coin ye jaya, ye design people for ye ye. And yen ya coin yen for a big push package, no. Now yen supporting it with Sika ye raising from the petroleum aid. You know, initially started 65%,
yes,
and 35% from the mineral resources. And then so that we increase as we go along. So that we can fund our own development. Yeah, the good year, you know, yeah, resources.
Yes.
But develop so that like the successful nation. Look, Minia, there were countries who borrowed to do the big push. We are not borrowing to do big push. It's a blessing. But so we have been able to absorb. Nano mati say old man bia me say agenda 111.
Yeah.
Yeah, more money na.
Yeah.
Yen complete.
Yeah. The 82-year-old
Akufo-Addo.
And yes, Chebi. And I say agenda 111 money na mun completing in 10.
Na Sabio.
Yeah.
Obi a oben olmo ambisa ne say Kafrao. Agenda 111 no say complete. Dia na dey complete. Inshishe ebe na why to once okoi. You didn't do one year papia. There's no dedicated source of funding. The same way Omaja 23 very important roads at Tuwa, there was no plan for it. And then a listening, you know, the serious government said, look, we can't leave these roads here. And to yen fund kaya package so that we can open the country up. Say interchange. Say where Obikra can say interchange here.
Yeah.
But me say mano 1,000 interchange say Ghana card bakukra with this mentality. The mentality of somebody wants to lead this country say, woman 10,000 interchanges are and name for so na Ghana card or yakita Ghana card that way. So these are the people who want to rule country. What audacity! So with this type of mentality, no, open somebody on my way so the big push program, no, a programmer NDC under the leadership of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with his competent, able, and up-to-task engineer, Kwame Agboja, at the helm of affairs. And they are delivering. By the end of this year, I be call the end of next year, no. Amafo ni sube bri wonum. But abria a certain 38% and lower. Enemy bro more person they want to find fault to the system. No, will remain focused and deliver on the promises. And when the system opens up, now when you actually can obeti me ako asayaba sabi by the grace of God that kwane ye. Now what me ako a business na ba na aduane afri we ba that we are opening up the system no. Then we are going to get to the level Dubai ni hwan no. Uko Dubai ya hu kwan, uhwe kwan ya. You think they slept one night and woke up? There be enti the big push program no. A programmer mebo on my penny abaso. Now me share say look, stand firm, look straight, don't shake. To excellent honorable Bubunato Abuja Kwame governs only or he's already governing the road sector. And the so look, chief, focus, let the noise makers make no noise, let the critics talk, build. You are build that. Let them build the roads. And the information about thing, you're trying say one of them they didn't sign. It is good that they were trying to hold government accountable. But you don't place un fabonin to be abonin neo. And the Ghana for who say unam from Adenta ko Dodowa, kwanin them yo. From Dodowa to Afienya, none me fa kwano so no. Because it's under construction. Almost everywhere in this country, something serious is happening. And Ghanaians will be happy to drive on very good roads. Over to me akwa business asayaba. That is how development starts. And Tinitiani say the big push program no. Emma one or mumpe or mine ye. One or mumpe or manum kosuono. Or money so everyone. And tell some ye de. But the bottom line is that the ministry have come out clear say 54, not 107.
Okay.
Out of it, no way so I near Muankasamu so 23. And then who said there be a jaya be how mine. And yeah, MPP for dia, a Ghana mind dear. Fangone to a Ghana mind dear. So let us use the resources of our country to develop it. So for me, the big push no, adie bia ema ebinumu any so everyone ma omunim no mbeye. It is good they came, but the bottom line is that omwabano shinim. So we will continue to build the roads. We will continue to expand infrastructure. Very good roads. Mina omubo a kwan bi asem in the ye no. As I say, dodo pepe su kwan bi. Ufa from Jasekai, Eko Nkwanta. Ufa from KJB Kozina. From a place Kuto Nkwanta. Ufro kwa na around the lamu yue kwano. Baby, just after Kuto Nkwanta mohono, I say like a new road, but I think that was an additional hard road. Okay, no. I say cry within a short time. And there's some umba tutu ni na. Omako tutu honey na. Asa too deep. And more are refilling with rocks near proper engineering work was done there. And these pavements, papa, and they're feeling honey na kama. But uko kakra before you head to us on Kwanta, potholes no bodo brag. It's terrible. Okay, so how do we do it from there to Nkwanta? Because I am not from Kwanta Kokpasa, me Otirija 7 make you. Because that's my base. Now, quite a year, but within this stretch, you know, and I say, but be as an essence, this is the cost. So, for the old per year, this is the cost involved. Many motorway, short distance, Husika or mobile per kilometer, over 17 point something million dollars. Sika bebre. So when you sit somewhere, say contractor, no, one of the good things from the strategy, honorable Gojani Nitima say, you for quite tintin contractor back. Because of time, we are not going to sit here 20 years on one road. No. Because if it's a big push, the energy, the attention, the time should be different from all other things. And that's what we say. You're different from the entire data. We are not just walking, we are leaping. And to hurry, you must beat time. You must give yourself maximum 36 months. And from every radio gold, I could see maybe the cemetery. Yeah, mount, the mount Kebuachi. Wahon did bet to me. We and also. From there to another place. Now they are money pafufro. So on one road, people don't know, say you are breaking it into lots. So somebody's on lot 1, somebody's on lot 2, lot 3, Oberi Najuma. So the entire contrast with Brako Kwanso because we want a different outcome from the type of things we did in the past. So those who are baffled, omunya butre.
Okay.
They will come back, and if they love this nation, they will salute. Say papa bia.
And the minister in charge, is not just an ordinary minister.
Oh, engineer papa.
Engineer
Papa.
Wow. Governs
Kwame Abuja. Engineer papa. No, the brofo no on can be the front is on the ground. Our form.
In fact, Mama told me that he is one of the ministers or person visiting, but AI thing because always very busy. And was Kwame, a Jumanin nearby, and he said, so better office now, or try media is to our Jumaso. I'm talking about the vice president.
Yes. So if the vice president Sebi, a person who the minister for roads, I want the office. Because he wants to see the technical expertise, and in the team. They are very powerful engineers at the ministry. And yes, the politician keke. This is a man who is built for that job, who has a very good understanding of it, and the president has a trust in him. And we have trust because we are seeing signs of the good works already.
Okay.
And the big push, what can big is that now? I'm for other no much because no mubu at two but almost po. We will push this country's infrastructure to the next level.
Okay.
We will strengthen our institutions. And now, by the grace of God, the first term of the NDC,
yeah.
Whoever will take over from His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, since it is the ideology and the vision of the NDC, we will follow it through. Because Singapore, South Korea, China, America, said now flood Brebia nsuo esan wo akoso Kufuor time then you haven't forgotten the history of the MPP almost on my penny that John Ajekun Kufuor efra sofuo and on my fasting and prayer on my form of Bible as on muto akogo Holy Ghost fire then I buy almost some more friends you feel so and then Yakupo said then I don't know me mama go and do something special. And that is what your mama has done. So he'll fix it. And we have seen the stable light. So Ghana should be happy. And
my vice president video, producer for vice president video, no to so mame. Very sure about the lighting system, I'm told, sir, some transformers in Greater Accra buying FXA. Now when you exercise another previous government in a share. Now I'm replacing most transformers in the capital city. But unfortunately, what they left debt eka and omjade to honum. And some communities FAC light light off any issues na there. But we plead with the government, ECG, and the ministry in charge of energy. Say as a mama exercise be omo ye no. Ahohare so for Crawford to get light. Because now we've not heard anything say your short generation, and we believe in the your funny saying abino and summer worker. It is so far near and also so etienne. Okay, now Ebeto just the vice president of Ghana, Her Excellency Professor Jane Nana Opoku Agyemang, were visiting victims of Accra Newtown Experimental School building a collapse, what the University of Ghana Medical Center, UGMC, and na before Obekono, na akwako PM se wadi kan crack some victims be receive treatment at 37 military hospital and Ghana police events police hospital. And when updated them at vice president in Oba TV Niswa. This is the vice president, your health minister Kwabena Mita Kando, and now face minister for interior. Ura Muntaka Mubarak Muhammad M. And Tinacha said near Tiano. Eti yabeshe municipal ko a wo mu yese ewo ayawaso Meboa, one of the house seats nibi, and a building collapse here. One thing I also east. One thing about Oko Vanderpool is that I remember time and Oko a year your friend is saying, Mayano, but in the call, place be a banana in. Some no knowing, sir, but be an aquanisi building or CSC crumb. And I said, what you minimo, Sankanyo nabe kind of coha, or making sure, say, building baby ain't see. But say, sit down here. Yeah, MMDS, no. Your department share so be sit down abrosan na be sia. Yes, utimi soil testing. No utimi test soil no crash say anwa no hwe. Se sa baby a wo sit down no. E dan a to aso ba kwa na mienu miensa betimi akomu ana. When ye dan a yesie. I just say I see one of me sa ban dia. Why the supervisor dan no. Contractor ben here dan by now no. E ka contractor na sink e chi no. E ka sink e chi no. But rather no, I'm for blame say I don't hear kwakwaya sorry honum. Sometimes when I hear people discussing about religion and I say Christianity has done Ghana good. Whether we like it or sanity, religion I play part of our development. Yentiminya bibia pesa. Me say religion, whether traditional way, whether Christianity way, whether Islamic or Muslim way, Obia playing a part in our nation's development. Eti if umpe Christo sumwa, ene yakwa ko bon panwa, hey, MPP grass more members. Some people you me boy, MPP grass members wom. Ah, na, even say, one more occupy uncompleted buildings, you know. Ugrofwe wamu Argentina yanka omasem omzomnye group eti masa asemsia by now no you should be talking about how engineers and contractors be afaswa omudupi o my Ghana we ayaba project wa got $100 of cement so the bayard you know the 25 for here no at 75 na di and by now your friend is saying assembly events MC no the time I put to this building no up no kabana sa MC no and kiafre no question no contract and kiache no all these discussions and you discuss about omukoko bompaye and one ye ultimate chiro no obi ni onye freedom of association in Ghana munyi free constitution nim munyi free mabeja krisusum simple. PC Bar Center for Dharma Esoyasene, Third Eye Care Vision Center, National Lottery Authority NLA for so account be Loton di obitwa so be sending numbers dia bro safe NLA kache no e ba chompa ni fon so moboa eti ya hwe ye papa Mr. Kill product ba kwa Kunun Ghana Limited for dia ba eno so asena Mebe restaurant aduane papa fie e ba cho ya pon for na bo birthday ben no Yapon for no abo mamenya birthday wetew na yanko ye wi anafi ye de asi happy birthday nkoma